If you're learning English, you're already doing something amazing. But what if learning could feel like a quiet walk in the rain? That's exactly what this story will do. You'll learn naturally, without stress, just by listening. If you enjoy this kind of learning, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss our daily stories. She had always wanted to see the Red Square in Moscow. She had seen photos, bright, colorful towers, wide spaces, and endless stories. But nothing in those pictures had prepared her for the feeling of standing there for the first time. The sky was cloudy when she arrived. Not dark, just soft and gray, like a quiet promise. The wind was gentle, and the air had that clean, cool smell that sometimes comes just before rain. She walked slowly across the square. The ground was made of dark stone, each piece smooth and strong under her feet. Around her, the buildings stood like characters in a story, bold, colorful, full of history. She didn't take out her phone. She didn't rush. She just walked. It was the kind of moment that felt big and small at the same time. She was one person in a giant space, but the space didn't feel empty. It felt full, with echoes, with memory, with quiet energy. Then, the rain began. Not a storm, not sudden or loud. Just a soft, slow rain, falling like silk. It touched her face and her hands, and she didn't move. She let it fall. People around her opened umbrellas. Some ran. Some found shelter near the edges of the buildings. But she stayed in the center, where the rain was pure and honest. The stone beneath her feet began to shine. The square turned into a mirror. Red, gold, and green from the buildings reflected on the wet ground. The lights of the city started to glow, and the world looked like it had been freshly painted. She kept walking. Each step made a soft sound, water tapping under her shoes. The square was calmer now. The crowd had thinned. The sound of the rain filled the space like music. She walked past the great cathedral with its colorful domes. She walked past the dark towers that stood like silent guards. Everything felt alive, and yet nothing was moving fast. She wasn't cold. The rain didn't bother her. In fact, it made everything feel more real. She liked the way her coat stuck slightly to her arms. She liked the way her hair started to curl from the water. She liked the feeling of being part of the rain, not fighting it. She stood in the middle of the square and looked around. It was a moment she would never forget, not because of anything dramatic, but because of how calm it was. How beautiful. How still. She remembered something she had read once, that rain washes away the noise of the world. Maybe that's why everything felt so clear. She found a small corner where she could sit. The edge of a wide step near a statue. From there, she could see the whole square. Drops kept falling. The ground kept shining. She watched as a street cleaner walked by slowly, his coat almost the same color as the wet stones. A child ran, laughing, holding an umbrella upside down. A woman in red heels crossed the square with quick steps. She watched them all. Time didn't seem to pass the same way. Minutes didn't feel like minutes. They felt like pieces of something soft and long. She leaned back slightly, hands in her pockets, and took a deep breath. There were no words needed. No phone. No messages. No photos. Just her and the sound of the rain on ancient stones. Later, she started walking again. The sky had turned a deeper gray. Lights in the buildings began to glow brighter. The air was cooler now, but still soft. She left the square slowly, walking along narrow streets where puddles reflected the neon signs of nearby shops. People were returning, some with shopping bags, some with tired eyes. But she didn't feel tired. She felt clean. Like something inside her had been rinsed. Not changed, but cleared. She stopped at a small bakery. The smell of bread pulled her in. She bought something warm, held it with both hands, and found another bench near the street. From there, she looked back toward the red square. She couldn't see the full view, but she didn't need to. The memory was already painted inside her. She sat there until the rain stopped. Until the streets were only slightly wet. Until the clouds moved on, and the sky slowly opened like a curtain. She stood up again, full of something she couldn't name. Not joy, exactly. Not excitement. Something deeper. She had not planned this moment. She had only planned to see the famous square. But she had ended up feeling the soul of the city. Sometimes, she thought, you don't need to look for magic. Sometimes, the magic finds you when you slow down and let the world happen around you. You just listen to an English story. If it touched something inside you, leave a comment. What's one rainy moment in your life you'll never forget?